Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to look at the subject of double sharps and mainly look at why they exist and where they come from, because it gives you a better intuition into what they are. You can apply the same thing to double flats as well, but in this video, we'll look at double sharps. So to answer this, I'll ask you a question, and that is, what is the key that has 8 sharps? If we use the cycle, you can kind of derive this by just saying, well, at C we have no sharps, at G we have 1, at D we have 2, etc., etc. We carry on all the way around. We get to this point at C sharp, where we've used all 7 of our sharps. So to answer this question, we would just step one more step around the cycle of fifths and find the key that has 8 sharps. How do we know what that note is? We can either just carry on around the cycle of fifths, which would give us G sharp, but of course it's also the enharmonic equivalent of A flat in the same way as all of these pairs are as well. So we can call this G sharp, and we can say that it has 8 sharps. And we can even use the cycle to work out what that 8th sharp would be. If we look at the cycle, if we take the key of G major here with 1 sharp, for example, to find the sharp that we add, we just step back 2 steps around the cycle. So F is the first sharp that's added, C is the second sharp that's added, G is the third sharp that's added, and so forth. So if we head round here to our key of G sharp, we come back here and find that the sharp we're going to add is F sharp. And this is where the first problem comes, because F is already sharp. So what we have to do is additionally sharpen the F. And if we had a look at these on the stave, where we start with C major and then move to the key with 1 sharp, G major, D major, A major, E major, B, F sharp, C sharp. And here is the scale of G sharp major with its notes of G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F double sharp, and G sharp. So one thing you really should notice out of this is that we've used consecutive letter names for each step of the scale. There's been no jumping or repeating of letter names. If this had not been a double sharp and just been the standard G, well, straight away, if we want to find the 3 chord of our scale here, so let's start from the 3rd step, 5th step, and what would be the 7th step of the scale. If you look at the letter names that are used, we now have a B, D, G triad, which is unusual. We'd be expecting this next note to be some kind of F. So in keeping the enharmonic nature there, now we see that we have this F double sharp that keeps that structure as well. So that's kind of where the F sharp comes from, the double sharp comes from. It's sharpening the F sharp step. We've already sharpened it once, so we have to sharpen it a second time. And, using the cycle, of course, you could calculate the key at the next step as well. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. It was just more of an introduction as to why double sharps exist, because I think it gives you a bit more intuition as to why we use them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until the next video, enjoy your music.